You know what? I'm gonna do a tier list. Should I do a tier list while we wait? That'd be pretty interesting to do a tier list. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's do a tier list. Let's do a Balrog matchup tier list. But we gotta make it saucy though. So instead of it saying from worst to bad, we just go say from the spiciest sauce, meaning that Balrog just straight up sauces this matchup, to mild sauce, to where Balrog just not so hot in this matchup. So yeah, we're gonna call this the sauce edition tier list. And we're gonna rate it on different scales of sauce, from being ghost pepper, hot sauce, mild, anything else in between. This is about to be interesting. Man, something's in my eye, bro. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my first tier list for Street Fighter V. This is going to be a Balrog matchup tier list with a twist. This isn't going to be a normal matchup tier list where we just rate his matchups from best to worst or worst to best, or however you want to put it. Now, we're going to put a sauce effect on it. Something is in my eye. Hold on, 1 second. What is in my eye? Alright, so anyway, we have 5 different categories. S, we're going to call this ghost pepper. Ghost pepper is the deadliest sauce that we can possibly deal with. A, I'm going to go ahead and call this Tabasco. B is going to be crystal. C is going to be, what is in my eye? Alright, back to what we was doing. This one is going to be mild. We just call it mild sauce. D, no sauce. We're just gonna call it no sauce. Alright, so from ghost pepper sauce to no sauce, right? You say last one has to be mayo or water? Okay, we're gonna call it mayo because nobody likes mayo. Mayo sauce, because nobody likes it. Alright, so this is going to be tier list for Balrog that's matchup based, but instead of it being worst to least or best to worst, however you want to word it, is going to be how spicy Balrog is in this matchup. Alright, so Abigail. I feel, when it comes down to Abigail, it's highly momentum based, and I definitely feel like it comes down to how the players are playing this matchup. I might have to put this in Tabasco because using Balrog's V skill 2, I'm tempted to say crystal. I'm really tempted to say crystal because if you make one bad mistake as Balrog, it is time to guess as soon as you get knocked down, and that is somewhere you don't want to be. But if you're actually able to keep the neutral strong until you score a knockdown and able to build momentum, then this matchup isn't that bad. Because necessarily Abigail can't really do nothing about straight. So if you take that and amplify it with V skill 2, this matchup actually becomes a little bit better. And then with EX V skill 2, then you basically get in for free and you can just start your pressure. So I think I want to do crystal sauce with this matchup. I definitely think I'm gonna leave that right there unless somebody comes up with a better suggestion as Balrog. Alright y'all, Alex, I'm gonna just say ghost pepper right off the dump because I bully this character all the time. I bully this character nonstop. This is ghost pepper. This is the hottest sauce matchup. Like Balrog, I feel like walks over Alex. This character cannot do anything. Well, I ain't gonna say can't do anything, but it's really rough for Alex. Really rough. Blanca, man, I'm gonna say this is crystal too, because this matchup is really 5-5. Blanca has ways to go around straight, and Balrog is able to punish Blanca balls. So this matchup is definitely crystal sauce. Vega, I'm gonna say mild sauce, because this matchup could be either easy for you or it's going to be aggravating for you. So it definitely depends on the Vega, especially with that V skill nonsense. Like I feel like I have issues in this matchup for like any reason possible. Birdie? Birdie. Ah, Birdie. I think I'm going to put Birdie in the Crystal Sauce, because even though Birdie took some nerfs, this matchup could still be irritating. I still kind of decide on if I want to go with V-Skill 1 or V-Skill 2. If I go with V-Skill 1, I have to watch my straights because Birdie is still a wall of defense. If I go with V-Skill 2, I'm able to bully him more often. Necessarily, you don't want to play the slow game against Birdie, so I feel like V-Skill 1 is the go-to V-Skill, but at the end of the day, you still have to be cautious about how you use them. So I definitely believe that. Actually, I think I'm gonna go with Mild Sauce. I think I'm gonna go with Mild Sauce on this one. So if anybody have any objections, suggestions, or objections, please feel free. Alright, the Balrog mirror match. I'm gonna say Tabasco, because y'all both want the same thing. Nobody wants to play the slow game. We both want to get in, and we both want to just straight up maul each other. Or we could play the slow game and then wait for somebody to mess up and then maul them. But at the end of the day, we definitely want to maul them. So I definitely believe I'm gonna put him at the Tabasco. Cody. I feel like this character, you can get with him. Okay, so when it comes down to neutral, you could bully him. Now, it also depends on what V-Skill Cody is using. If he's using V-Skill 2, you have to be cautious because he's actually able to sway your straights. But 9 times out of 10, if a Cody goes against a Balrog, he should be using V-Skill 2. With that being said, Cody definitely becomes a real problem once he activates V-Trigger 2. So I'm gonna say that this matchup, oh, and for Balrog, you should definitely be using V-Skill 1. Because of the fact that he has a fireball. V-Skill 2 would be strong, but tap isn't as reliant, and due to the fact that he has a slow tornado, tap won't really be that much of a good use. So I'm tempted to say Crystal Sauce. I definitely want to put him in Crystal because, no, I'm thinking about Tabasco. Because I feel like V-Skill 1 Trigger 2 is so good in this matchup. Like, okay, so here's the thing. V-Skill 1 Trigger 2 Balrog, and 9 times out of 10 Cody's gonna have V-Skill 2 Trigger. The high-low mix-up with the command grab is so strong. It's just that it depends on the Balrog. Like, you don't want to be that greedy Balrog that holds on to V-reversals, because the main way Cody gets in on Balrog is with EX Zonk. So if you completely nullify him from doing that and constantly use your V-reversal to knock him down and make him waste the bar, this matchup is really in your favor. And then you can proceed on with your high-low throw and just mixing them up. So I definitely want to put him in Tabasco. But people may disagree with that and say that they don't agree with that because, like, I'm going to just say that it depends on how the Balrog is playing. So I'm going to go with Tabasco. The Cammy matchup. I am going to say the Cammy is definitely, I'm gonna go with Crystal Sauce. The dive kicks and her normals. If Cammy, no, actually I'm tempted to say my Mild Sauce. It depends on the Cammy. If you're going against a Cammy that actually knows how to use her dive kicks to a point where they're all hitting below the waist, it's gonna be aggravating for Rog. Rog is gonna have some troubles against a high level Cammy. And this is me speaking from when I fought Knuckle-Doo. So I'm gonna definitely say Mild Sauce because a high level Cammy will definitely give Rog troubles. Laura, I'm gonna just straight up put that in Mayo. Mayo sauce, for real. This matchup is nasty. Balrog do not like this matchup at all. Mika and Laura are both in Mayo sauce. You say put G in Mayo too? I could put G in Mayo, but I can also put him in Mild. It can go in Mayo and it makes perfect sense. It definitely makes perfect sense for this character to go in Mayo, but if the Rog plays his cards right, which is very hard. You know what? I'm just put him in Mayo. But then again, I could put him in Mild because if Balrog is able to get on G, okay, so G and Balrog both suffer the same thing. They lack defense and they have to block. If Balrog is able to start the pressure and keep G guessing, Balrog could put up a fight. But vice versa with Rog. And G has the way better offense. But then again, Balrog can't use his straights like that. So yeah, I'm gonna just go with Mayo. We used to be able to put Geef in Mayo, but because of the fact that V-Skill 2 came about, it made this matchup way easier. It's easier, but Balrog still suffers the same downfall. Once he gets knocked down, It's time for Balrog to guess. I'm gonna put this in Tabasco. Sakura is bad for Rog? Oh yeah, bro. I'm definitely putting that in mild sauce. This is mild. Sakura is mild hands down. Sakura gets oki and set up off of everything. She gets set up off of everything. Along with that, she has standing light kick. This is the main thing that you have to come about when looking at the Sakura matchup. If you pick V skill 1, you have to be cautious about how you use your straights. But the plus side is you get the option for overhead. If you go with V skill 2, you get to bully her more with straights and you don't have to watch it like talking about it. But you don't have a secure, definite way to deal with fireballs. You have tap, but it's not as efficient as V skill 1. So when it comes down to picking your V skills for this matchup, you're gonna give up something. You're giving up something. So this is definitely going in mild sauce. Chun-Li. Okay, so when it comes down to Chun-Li, for some reason, certain Balrog players feel like Chun-Li wins this matchup. This matchup is 5-5. Chun-Li has the better buttons, but Balrog also has buttons. Balrog also has straight. Balrog has V skill 1 to deal with her fireballs. This matchup is 5-5, so I'm definitely putting this in Crystal. Delsum? Ghost Pepper. I'm boy. At South Speed Ghost Pepper. Delsum gets bullied. We can option select his teleport. We can bully him with straights, and then offer his standing medium kick, like the long stretched arm towards the feet. We could play mind games with him off that one button of his. If he does that and he decides to slide, you could bait the slide with EX straight. But if he's just doing regular medium kick, you couldn't contest that with EX straight. But he can contest that with the slide. So it's a mind game off of that. You can either wait for him to do the medium kick and then slide, then punish the slide, the little light kick slide, or whatever the little quick slide is that he do. Like, that's a mind game by itself. The fireballs, he know not to throw fireballs. Well, actually, I probably could put it in Tabasco, because if the Balrog player doesn't know how to necessarily deal with the drill kicks, this matchup can become tedious. So this can honestly float between Ghost Pepper and Tabasco. I feel like I could put him freely in Ghost Pepper, because we can punish his charge up V skills. We could backdash most of his V trigger options that involve him throwing the tether to come in. The fireballs is a no-go. His buttons are kind of stubby. Yeah, I definitely feel like I could put this in Ghost Pepper. Folk? Ghost Pepper. I'm not even about to explain that. Fang. Oh my gosh, Fang. I'm gonna put him in Tabasco. Fangs will say Balrog win this matchup, but if the Balrog doesn't know the matchup fully, Fangs can walk over a Balrog. Fang doesn't have a 3 frame. Fang has a full frame up to like 5 and 6 frames, right? So I really believe that if you don't know the matchup from head to toe, then most people will believe that Fang win that matchup. Fang has a lot of gaps in his pressure, but if you don't know how to exploit it, Fang can easily seem top tier. But even so, if a Fang plays his cards right, this matchup can be tedious. Yeah, I'm gonna send them at crystals, and if somebody has like something they want to add in later on, I'll move it around, but I'm gonna just send them at crystals. Gil. I'm gonna put him at Tabasco. I want to say Ghost Pepper, but Gil has good normals. I won against a high level Gil. I know what he's capable of. To me, Gil has normals and parry. He just can't throw fireball. So because of the parry, you have to be cautious with what you do. And this is a 2-frame parry that we're talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna put him at Tabasco. Akuma. Man. I'm gonna put him at Crystal, bro, because it's Akuma. It's Akuma. I'm gonna put him at Crystal. Ryu, Ghost Pepper. Ghost Pepper. Manat, Ghost Pepper. Sagat. I'm gonna say Tabasco for Sagat. We could stop his fireballs, but man, Sagat got some normals. It's still in Rog's favor because we stop his fireball game. But if Sagat plays the game right, no, same thing with Gao. Tabasco. See, I'm gonna put these two in Tabasco because If these two know how to actually space they booms, well, no, space they fireballs at the right range. No, actually, no, Crystal. I'm gonna put these two in Crystal. Technically, Rog is almost the worst matchup for Sagat. I've seen Brian F go against, I forgot who he went against, bro. But Sagat and Gao can get with Balrog. It's just that these two characters have to know how to actually throw their fireballs right. You can't be sitting like full screen trying to throw fireballs. If you throw them at that unreactable range, Balrog will not be able to V-skill freely. Honda, mild sauce. Mild to the sauce. There's no arguing this. Mild sauce. Can't really do much about that. Colin, I'm gonna say Tabasco for Colin because she already can't handle straight. She has to commit to her V-skill, which is easy to punish. And if you use V-skill 2, she really can't do nothing. V-skill 2 in this matchup helps so much. So Tabasco. Colin beats Rog. If I'm gonna say Colin beats Rog, I might as well put her in Crystal. Colin standing fierce. Right. Okay, Crystal sauce. I'm gonna leave it at Crystal sauce, but I will let y'all know Colin doesn't have a guaranteed answer for straight. She has to commit to a V-skill, which if you read it, she gets punished. V-skill 2 makes this matchup way harder for her because now with V-skill 2, you're not a sitting duck. You can move around, play neutral, and just play the mind game just the way she's playing the mind game. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave her in Crystal. Poison. I'm gonna put Poison in Tabasco. I don't know. I could put Poison in Crystal. Because she's a zoner that has pressure. She's a zoner that forces you to burn V-reversal like 80% of the game. Yeah, you take away her crouching fierce, which is one of her best pokes with EX straight, but she has so much to deal with. So Crystal. Nakali, Ghost Pepper. Tabasco. No, not Ghost Pepper. We bully Nakali. Right. He gets bullied, but he's not free. So that's why I want to put him in Tabasco. Ibuki. I hate this character. Ibuki is a walking 50-50, bro. I'm gonna say Crystal, man. No Mao. You know what? I'm gonna put Ibuki in Mao because of me. Like, this is just me and my personal feeling for this character. I hate this character. Jury, I feel beats Raw, but it also might be even. Yeah, I feel like I could put Jury in Crystal sauce because her fireballs, you can't V-skill through it. Like, you can tap it, but it's just weird. Kage, Tabasco. I have to say Tabasco. I went against Snake Eyes, Kage, and Snake Eyes put up a fight. So basically, with that being said, it just depends on how the player plays the matchup. But then again, I could put him in Ghost Pepper, yeah. I really could, because Balrog got better normals, dash straight, EX straight, tap V-skill through the fireballs. Yeah, he's good at trigger. I feel like I could put him in Ghost Pepper. You know what, I'm gonna leave him in Ghost Pepper, and if somebody has something to say, I'll move it around. But for now, I'm gonna put him in Ghost Pepper. Yeah, Kage definitely was one of them characters that got buffed hella hard. Him and Cody. I really believe, yeah, I think it was Cody and Kage that got the most love. Ken, Tabasco. Balrog wins the matchup, but because of the fact that Ken is a Shoto, his standing light kick is a thing, so he could definitely punish straight. You said you sleeping on Kage? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, Kage is good. That's why I want to put him in Tabasco. I don't want to make it seem like Balrog straight up annihilates that matchup as soon as he's selected at the character screen. I definitely want to put him in Tabasco. Karen? You better pray that the Karen herself is not good. That's the only way you gonna be able to really put up with this matchup. So Karen is definitely going to mild sauce. Lucia, well, Lucia, I'm gonna put Lucia in. I don't think I want to give Lucia the same respect that I would give Ken and Kage because Lucia is actually worse. So yeah, Ghost Pepper. Nash, Ghost Pepper. Not even about to argue that. Rashid? No, Seth. Seth is definitely going in mild sauce. Like, that matchup is hideous. Well, no, actually, I could probably put him in Crystal. Balrog could walk over Seth. I wouldn't say completely walk over, no. I might put Seth in mild sauce. Rashid? Crystal. Urian. Urian is a headache. See, a lot of matchups can be made a headache for Balrog, but Balrog has straight for a good bully to it, and he also has EX straight. Crystal? I think I'm gonna leave him at Crystal. Bison, Crystal. Zeku? See, now it's time to talk about potential changes, right? Bison. I put him in Crystal. I put Bison in Crystal because he does a lot of disrespectful stuff. If you're able to pay attention to what the Bison is actually doing, like how many times he's swiping, how many times he's leaving gaps in his frame traps, you can actually stand and jab contest him a lot. Like, that's the main thing about the Bison Rog matchup. Zeku, people may argue this, but I feel like this is even, but then again, it could be Mao. Oh, Zeku is Rog all day. Right, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's two forms. I could say it's Crystal, but say it's slightly Zeku. I feel like Mao is more towards, it's a little bit leaning towards unplayable. Like, I wouldn't say completely unplayable, but like less sauce is able to happen. So yeah, y'all, for anybody that has any comments, any suggestions on why I made certain choices with this tier list, please feel free to let me know. I'm open to any thoughts. That being said, make sure y'all continue to sauce and keep your head up. And that ends the video.